welcome. Today I will show you how to frame count and, in case you are a moderator on speedrun.com, how to verify a Swordigo speedrun. Now, if you are indeed a moderator or a verifier on speedrun.com, there are three different things you want to do prior to looking into how fast the run really is. Now, you want to select the run that you want to look into by clicking onto these dots. And you want to click on dots just another time in order to assign the run to yourself. And by doing that, your name will be highlighted underneath the pending icon, and by doing so, other people will not interfere with your work, basically saving you a bit of time, potentially, if you are verifying a 1 minute and 21 second run, or alternatively saving you a lot of time if it is a 1 hour plus run. Secondly, you obviously have to watch the run and you have to figure out whether or not it follows the rules. The third thing is to either open the video in a new tab or to right-click the video in order to copy the video URL. From this point onwards, there are different options on how to approach the frame counting process. So the most common method will be to use the YouTube interval timer. In case you do not find a link, don't worry, every link is linked in the description. For this, you need to have the YouTube video in a new tab and follow the instructions. They are very self-explanatory, so I will not cover them in depth. The second option is to use an alternative frame counter provided to you online. For example, there is the SomewS frame counter. Basically, just paste the video URL into the field and everything is very self-explanatory again. The third option is to use an offline frame counter. I have used UA for the longest while. There are obviously downsides to using this, which is that you have to download the video, which takes more time. There is an advantage, however, and that advantage lies in the fact that sometimes frame counters on YouTube struggle to highlight the correct frame because they jump back and forth more than one frame. If you really only want to advance one frame, they go 2 frames, which can be more of a hassle. And that is currently happening for me, which has also happened for more than like 3 months at this point. So I want to show you this alternative, and UA is provided to you by SpeedDems Archive, so you can download it here. Then, in order to download the video, you usually want to go with JDownloader, but in case there is a Twitch clip, you want to use untwitch.com. Now, I think I already copied the video URL. Let's do it again just to be safe. And let's open the JDownloader software. I have clicked onto the link grabber tab, and now I just do Ctrl-V. It inputs this folder here, which I open, and now I right-click the MP4 file and start the download. This does not take very long with a 1-minute video, so here it already is. Well, here it already is. I can now drag and drop it into the UA software, and it might look a little bit different to you when you first use it. The most important things, well, there is the frames per second highlighted in the top left corner. There is the frame you are currently on in the bottom left corner, and there is the time that you are currently on in the bottom right corner. While doing this, you want to know about the exact rule set of the category of the run that you are currently verifying or rejecting. You want to know that because you need to figure out when timing begins and when it ends. So in this case, timing begins on the first input in the first map part of the forgotten keep. I've already watched through the run, but actually I will do this with you. You can see that the right button lights up just on this frame, which is the frame number 60. So that is the equivalent to, unsurprisingly, 1 second. Now, if we go very far to the end of the run, we see, and I should take a look at the roads once more, timing ends when transitioning to the old man's house after collecting the first shard of the Mage Blade. So, because this is a post-game category, there is no need to actually collect the Mage Blade or the shard of it, but in any percent that would actually have to happen as well. So what frame are we looking for? We are looking for the frame in which the map starts to appear. And we already saw it. I just went a bit further so that you know what I'm talking about in any case. And if you have problems figuring out which frame it is, take a look at the white house or the white stars or a question mark, and take a look at the first frame at which you find that it appears. It is clearly this frame. So I will now input the end frame, 4979, which is the equivalent to 82.983 in seconds. And I will calculate this, even though you really don't have to. So you can subtract 1 from 82.983, in which case you obviously get 81.983. And you can alternatively do the following equation: end frame minus start frame divided by whatever FPS you see up here. So in this case it's 60, and this is 81.983, to the surprise of absolutely nobody. It is the same. So what do I do in this case? I click onto the run again. I see that indeed it is a different frame that has been suggested. So what do? I edit the run and I input the new time just here. Also be aware that if you are a moderator, a lot of people tend to not update the date and also not variables, so take an eye on that. What do I do next? I just update the run, and now it is on the leaderboards. So there it is. Wonderful. And it is no longer in the queue, from which point on you can just continue by doing the same thing.